If you almost scrolled past this, stop for a second because this moment may be more important than you think. If you are tired of checking your balance with stress in your chest, tired of acting strong while bills keep stacking up, tired of wondering when your turn will finally come, then stay with me for the next few minutes. Do not click away. What you are about to hear is not empty hype, and it is not just another feel good speech. This is for the person who has prayed in silence, worried in private, and kept going even when nobody saw the pressure. Something brought you here right now, and I do not believe it was random. I believe this message found you at the exact moment your spirit was ready to receive it. Before this is over, I want you to feel lighter, stronger, and more certain that change can begin today. Listen closely, because one sentence may hit your heart harder than you expect, and when it does, let it stay there. Because what if this is the day the weight starts to break, the fear starts to fade, and the door you thought was locked begins to move? Stay with me, because in the next part, I am going to speak directly to the part of you that is exhausted from waiting. And that part of you needs to hear this now. My dear friend, if you have been worn down by money pressure, if you have been doing the math over and over and still coming up short, I need you to hear this with an open heart. Your struggle did not mean you were forgotten. Your delay did not mean your life was denied. Sometimes what looks like silence is preparation. Sometimes what feels like nothing is actually a hidden season where deep roots are growing under the surface. Think about a seed in the ground. For a while, there is no visible proof, no applause, no sign, no movement above the dirt. But underneath, something real is forming. That is what I want you to remember about your life. Not everything important announces itself early. Some breakthroughs build in secret. Some answers move quietly before they arrive loudly. So take one breath with me right now. Let the noise settle for a moment. Let the stress slow down. Let your shoulders drop. You do not need to carry every fear while listening to this. Just for this moment, imagine a door in front of you. Not a door of human effort alone, not a door of panic, not a door of begging, but a door of provision, mercy, and release. And on that door is your name. Hear me. That door is not stuck forever. It is shifting now. Stay here because the next few moments matter, and I want you to listen like someone who is no longer preparing for loss, but beginning to prepare for overflow. What is happening in this moment is deeper than motivation. Your listening is not passive. Your attention matters. Your openness matters. Faith often begins before proof arrives, and sometimes the first move is simply choosing to receive a new word instead of repeating an old fear. So while you hear this, let your spirit agree with life, with peace, with provision, with the possibility that the story can turn. I declare that every heavy word spoken over your finances begins to lose its grip. Every sentence of defeat, every memory of failure, every voice that said it would always be hard starts to weaken right now. I speak peace over your mind. I speak wisdom over your decisions. I speak courage over your next steps. Let every delayed payment, every hidden opportunity, every forgotten resource, every honest connection, and every creative idea begin to move into place. Let what has been held back begin to come forward. Let what has been wandering begin to find you. And yes, stay with me here, because this next line is for the person who thinks they missed too much time. You did not miss everything. You are not too late for a new season. You are not disqualified because you had hard months, bad choices, or tired thoughts. Grace can still reach you. Favor can still locate you. The right opening can still appear in a place you did not expect. What is meant for you does not need fear to chase it. It needs faith to recognize it. I want you to understand something clearly. This is not about greed. This is not about worshiping money. This is about freedom. This is about relief. This is about having enough so that lack no longer controls your mood, your sleep, your choices, or your future. It is about being able to breathe again. It is about having the means to do what is in your heart without every good desire being blocked by constant survival pressure. So, right now, I speak against the fear that has wrapped itself around your finances. I speak against the shame of not having enough. I speak against the tired inner voice that says, nothing ever changes for me. That voice is not your master. That voice is not your prophecy. Let it fall. Let it break. Let it be replaced by a stronger truth. You are still able to build. You are still able to create. You are still able to recover. What was lost is not the end of your story. What was delayed is not the burial of your future. This can still turn. Opportunities can come from directions you did not plan. Help can arrive through channels you did not expect. One idea can shift a season. One meeting can open a door. One phone call can interrupt months of pressure. Do not underestimate how quickly life can move when the right moment arrives. Keep listening, because in the next part, I want to speak directly over your mindset, and that may be where the biggest shift begins. For too long, many people have lived tuned into struggle. They wake up expecting pressure. They look at every bill as proof that peace is far away. They carry old beliefs learned from painful seasons, and those beliefs become like chains around their thinking. But chains in the mind can be broken. The inner picture can change. And when that picture changes, choices change, energy changes, posture changes, expectation changes. So, right now, I want you to stop seeing yourself only as someone trying to escape lack. Begin to see yourself as someone learning to manage increase, someone becoming steady, wise, disciplined, generous, and strong. This matters because you cannot fully hold what you secretly believe you do not deserve. So let that old identity loosen. Let the image of yourself as always behind begin to fade. Let the picture of yourself as provided for begin to rise. Not because life has been perfect, but because your story is still being written. There is still room for restoration. There is still room for advancement. There is still room for a surprising turn. Maybe it comes through work, maybe through business, maybe through a client, a contract, a skill, a settlement, a paid debt, a new pathway, a simple idea that grows into something far greater than it first looked. Do not box your future into the size of your current view. Keep listening. You may not need 1,000 new things. You may need one clear shift, one brave step, one opened path, one decided moment, and everything after that begins to move differently. Now, let me speak this over you in plain words. May your mind become clear enough to notice what fear used to hide. May your hands be blessed to build, create, organize, and gather. May your steps be guided away from waste and toward wisdom. May your home know peace. May your work know increase. May your efforts stop leaking through unseen cracks. May the doors that are meant for you begin to open at the right time and in the right way. May the people assigned to help you stop missing you. May the opportunities connected to your future begin to come into view. And if there has been loss, may there also be recovery. If there has been delay, may there also be acceleration. If there has been confusion, may there also be light. I speak calm over the part of you that is always bracing for bad news. Not every phone notification has to scare you. Not every envelope has to feel like a threat. Not every tomorrow has to look like yesterday. Something can change. Something can soften. Something can break open. And if you feel even a small lift in your spirit right now, do not dismiss it. That small lift matters. That quiet hope matters. That inner stillness matters. Sometimes the shift begins before the evidence shows up. Sometimes peace is the first sign. Stay with me, because the next part is where we turn gratitude into movement, and that is where many people miss the miracle. Here is a powerful truth. Gratitude is not denial. Gratitude is not pretending pressure does not exist. Gratitude is choosing not to let pressure become your only language. It is looking at life and saying, I will not wait until everything is perfect before I become thankful, steady, and open. So begin now. Be thankful for the strength that kept you alive this far. Be thankful for the lesson that made you wiser. Be thankful for the closed door that protected you from the wrong place. Be thankful for the idea still growing in you. Be thankful for the breath in your lungs, the mind in your head, the skill in your hands, the future still in front of you. And yes, be thankful in advance for provision that is already starting to form in ways you cannot fully see yet. Because gratitude changes your posture, it lifts your eyes, it softens panic, it trains your spirit to expect goodness again. This is where many people pull back too early. They say, I will believe when I see, but often life asks you to prepare before the full arrival. Make room in your thinking, make room in your habits, make room in your speech. Stop rehearsing disaster, stop feeding the same dark script. Begin to speak with more life. Begin to say, I am not abandoned. I am not finished. I am not trapped in one season forever. There is still a way. There is still supply. There is still help. Keep listening, because in the next part, I want to stretch your expectation beyond random luck and into purposeful movement. Most breakthroughs do not always fall out of the sky in dramatic form. Often they arrive through a chain of natural events that suddenly connect at the right time. A person remembers you. An email appears. A delayed answer comes through. An idea you almost ignored turns out to matter. A conversation opens a path. A skill you already have becomes more valuable than you realized. A side road becomes the main road. That is why you must stay alert, stay open, stay available for the ways provision can move. Do not force one exact picture so hard that you miss the real opening when it comes. Maybe the answer looks different than you imagined, but different does not mean smaller. Sometimes it means smarter. Sometimes it means better timed. Sometimes it means more stable than the thing you were chasing before. So I declare that your eyes will notice what matters, your ears will catch the right instruction, your heart will not be so buried in fear that it cannot recognize peace when it comes, your mind will not be so crowded with old disappointment that it misses new direction. Let this be a season of clearer judgment, cleaner vision, and wiser action. And if you have felt stuck in the same emotional cycle around money, I speak interruption over that cycle. No more living every day from dread alone. No more making every choice from panic. Let wisdom rise. Let discipline rise. Let favor meet effort. Let peace guard your thinking while progress builds. Stay here, because the next words are for the person who secretly feels unworthy of increase. You do not need to earn your right to breathe easier by suffering forever. You do not need to stay small to prove you are humble. You do not need to reject blessing in order to be good. It is possible to be grounded and still receive. It is possible to be faithful and still prosper. It is possible to have peace with money instead of fear around it. So let the false guilt go. Let the lie go that says abundance belongs to everybody else, but not to you. Let the old story go that says your role is only to survive. No, you are allowed to grow. You are allowed to improve. You are allowed to build a stronger life. You are allowed to become someone who handles more with wisdom and gratitude. And hear this carefully. Increase is not only about cash, it is also about clarity, timing, relationships, strength, credibility, opportunities, ideas, favor, healing, and restored confidence. Often these arrive together, and when they do, your whole life begins to feel different. So receive the full picture, not only money, but stability, not only relief, but direction, not only hope, but movement, not only a momentary lift, but a lasting shift in how you live. If this is touching something deep in you, keep going with me. Do not fade now. The next stretch is important because now we move from inner agreement into outward expectation, and that is where momentum begins to show itself. Walk into your day with a different spirit. Lift your head a little higher. Answer the phone with expectation instead of dread. Open your email with more calm than fear. Look at your work with fresh seriousness. Treat your gifts like they matter, because they do. Speak to your future like it is still listening, because it is. When you see your bills, do not let them become bigger than your belief. When you face your responsibilities, face them with steady courage, not with collapse. Say to yourself, I am learning, I am growing, I am becoming more prepared, more focused, and more ready than I was before. And while you do that, keep your heart soft, keep your gratitude active, keep your discipline real, because expectation is not laziness. True expectation still moves. It still sends the email, shows up on time, sharpens the skill, makes the call, studies the numbers, saves with wisdom, gives with peace, and takes honest opportunities seriously. That is how faith and action work together. So let your life become a place where favor is welcomed by preparation. Let your habits become a place where increase can stay, not just visit. Let your speech become cleaner, your mind become quieter, and your choices become stronger. Something powerful happens when peace and responsibility stand in the same room. Stay with me. Do not click off now. The next part is for the person who has almost lost the ability to expect anything good because disappointment trained them to stay guarded. If disappointment has taught you to shut down early, I understand. If letdowns made you cautious, that makes sense. But do not let protection become prison. Do not let one hard chapter convince you the whole book must sound the same. You may have had seasons where you hoped and nothing moved. You may have prayed and felt silence. You may have worked and felt overlooked. But this moment is asking you to try again, not with blind pressure, but with wiser hope. Hope that has survived pain becomes strong. Faith that has walked through delay becomes deep. Gratitude that grows in hard ground becomes powerful. So do not throw away your expectancy just because it was tested. Use that testing as proof that you can endure long enough to see a different outcome. I speak fresh courage over the tired places in you. I speak rest over the anxious places in you. I speak renewal over the parts of you that became numb from repeated pressure. Let your spirit wake up again. Let your imagination clean itself from constant loss. Let your inner world begin to picture restoration, stable income, timely help, wise ideas, useful connections, and good surprises. Not foolish fantasy, not escape, real movement, real openings, real improvement. Keep listening, because the next part is where we make this deeply personal. And I want these words to feel like they are landing directly in your life, not passing by like noise. From this day forward, let there be a new sentence over your life. I am not built for endless lack. I am being led into wisdom, peace, provision, and purposeful increase. Say it in your heart if you need to. Whisper it if you want. Repeat it until your nervous system stops fighting it. You are not just waiting around for one lucky break. You are becoming the kind of person who can recognize, receive, and manage what arrives. Your life can hold more than fear has allowed you to imagine. Your future can open wider than your current stress suggests. So I call forward hidden potential in you. I call forward forgotten discipline. I call forward creative thought. I call forward strategic timing. I call forward restoration in the places where pressure made you shrink. And I declare that what belongs in your life will no longer keep passing you by without notice. Let missed things come back in better form. Let delayed things arrive in stronger timing. Let scattered energy become focused energy. Let your next season carry signs that even you cannot ignore. And if all you can do right now is breathe and listen, that is enough for this moment. Keep breathing, keep receiving, keep letting these words replace the old script in your head. Because what grows inside of you eventually shows up around you. Stay with me for this final stretch, because I want to leave you with a stronger rhythm of belief, gratitude, and expectation that you can carry long after this message ends. As you move through the next day, the next week, and the next stretch of your life, watch closely. Pay attention to the small signs first. A little peace where there used to be panic, a clearer thought where there used to be confusion. A helpful reply, a new lead, a better conversation, a timely idea, a sudden memory of something you need to act on. These smaller shifts often come before the larger visible ones. Do not despise them. Follow them. Honor them. Build with them, because life changing seasons often begin with quiet indicators. And when they appear, respond with gratitude, wisdom, and movement. Say thank you for every step forward. Say thank you for every burden that lifts. Say thank you for every right connection, every open door, every honest opportunity, every protected decision, every lesson that becomes income, every gift that becomes a doorway, every act of discipline that turns into peace later. Let thanksgiving stay in your mouth, because gratitude keeps your heart open and your focus sharp. It reminds you that good things are not impossible just because they are not fully visible yet. Keep your expectation clean. Guard it from cynicism. Guard it from constant negativity. Guard it from voices that only know how to predict loss. You do not need to argue with every doubter. You need to stay aligned with peace, wisdom, and purpose. And yes, if this message is speaking to you, hold on for just a little longer, because the last part is where I seal this with a final wave of strength over your mind, your spirit, and your future. So here's the final charge: walk lightly, but walk seriously. Carry hope, but also carry discipline. Be thankful, but also be ready. The season ahead does not need you frozen in fear. It needs you awake. It needs you calm enough to notice, brave enough to move, and steady enough to hold what comes. I declare that your life is not locked in one pattern forever. I declare that your future is not owned by your worst month. I declare that what has weighed on you does not get the final word. Peace can settle in your chest. Clarity can sharpen in your mind. Strength can return to your hands. Favor can meet you in ordinary places. Provision can show up through real channels. The pressure you felt is not all there is. There is also mercy. There is also wisdom. There is also timing. There is also help. There is also increase. Let your heart receive that now. Let your inner world become a place where faith breathes again. Let your words become more alive. Let your choices become more intentional. Let your expectations become stronger than your old fears. And when this message ends, do not drop back into the same darkness that was covering your thoughts before. Carry this with you. Keep speaking life. Keep giving thanks. Keep watching with open eyes. Keep moving with wise courage, because your breakthrough is not only a faraway dream anymore. It has already begun in ways seen and unseen, and now you are stepping into the process of receiving it.